Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick block. Every dick block. The block 6 high. The block 6 high.
Cut for sound?
What is it?
I don't know.
Is that the
I
fucking...
edited it out in post, though. I do like a noise reduction thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that get rid of this?
No, that'll be in.
Okay.
That'll be in. So it's episode 11. We've reached a crucial point in podcasting. You made it past 10 episodes.
Just fucking barely.
Just barely. Do we want to go into that? Do we want to air out some laundry?
We can. It's our own laundry. We can air it out.
Well, let me apologize for being a little testy. Publicly.
I'll give my apology too as well for being negligent, maybe a little reckless this past week.
It's okay, Cal.
I was going through some things.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
I got, I have, when I feel things, I feel them real big.
Yeah.
So
Big as fuck.
Yeah. I have big feelings. I was born with big feelings.
Not necessarily a big heart. No, you have a big heart too.
I like to think I do, but I always mean well. I just don't know that it doesn't always read well.
So this past, we usually film on Sunday and release on Sunday, the following Sunday.
Yeah, we drop Sunday. Well, really, it's Saturday evening is when I post it. So it takes like 3 hours to upload to YouTube. We do 4K. Nothing but the best here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you want to know? You want to know the truth of why I was hungover?
That's all?
I mean, there was a bunch of things, but I think I was so hungover that I forget.
What do you got? You got something? You got a snake in your boot?
There's fucking shit going on. I'm mashed this way, up against the wall. I can't.
Your back's against the wall.
We're good.
Go ahead. So, what really happened?
Motherfucker.
Try to focus.
So, I was hungover.
Ignore that.
Like a bitch. I was fucking Talisa's dad.
Oh.
Angel. I was hungover like a bitch. And then there was football. First Eagles game of the season. I had to watch it.
Yeah.
And that kind of, you didn't like that too much.
Well, you got a little testy with me as well when I was like.
I just replied.
With a little sass.
I did, because I was like, I don't know. And then I realized that I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, I don't usually draw my sword unless I've already checked all the boxes.
You always have your sword to draw, though.
But I make sure I'm in the right before I draw it. I try to. Yeah.
You always have a touche available.
Fran said to me today at the shop, he's like, well, your defense is a really aggressive offense. I'm always in someone's face. We're kind of skipping ahead on the bullet points here.
Was that one of them?
Well, my very last bullet point that I wrote down was, I've transformed.
Okay, let's run the bullet points.
I'm going to talk about it now. I've transformed, Kev.
Okay.
As of this morning. I've been doing some introspection, looking inside.
Some soul searching?
I mean, I'm always trying to be a better version of myself.
Right.
Really, I do. I want to be a good person. I want to help people. I don't want to bring people down. But maybe I could be perceived as a bit of a dick. And really, if you just look at the way my brothers interact with me, they're both just like, fucking Brian.
I don't even think, do either of them even try anymore to combat anything?
No, and I'm not going to blame them, but a large portion of it is they picked on me a lot. I'm the youngest of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine 3 boys growing up, and then they break your balls about stuff that maybe from a therapy standpoint, quote unquote, they were insecure about something. Shit runs downhill. They took it out on me as the youngest brother, and I was like, and then as I got older, I'd be like, motherfucker, you said if my shorts came above my knee, and then you're out here wearing shorts that are above, like,
Yeah.
the fuck? So then, like, I had this, like, aggressive, I don't know, like, always coming for them competitively. Like, really, that's a big one, is I'm always like, I'll do that better.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, we're just trying to have fun. You're out here trying to, like, you're making shit not fun. So I might do that a little bit.
Shit happens, man.
Anyway, the bullet point I had written down was, nice Brian, parentheses, no more Dick Brian, parentheses.
So Dick Bryan's gone.
Nah, he ain't going.
Nah.
He ain't going. I'm just going to try
We're not going to fool ourselves, are we?
I'm just going to try to be, you know, look, none of my friends, like, I like to break balls. You like to break balls. We
Love
break
it.
balls. So, like, if I have someone that's soft in my environment, I got to be careful not to break too hard of their balls.
But then where's the threshold between hardening them and full-fledged cracking them
Nah, I'm
open?
not going to push my trauma from my childhood, from my brothers on them. Wait, can I mention something?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how we talked about the power bomb incident, my brother Tom?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell you a story about my brother Fran.
Let's hear it.
And I have video to go with this.
Right here?
Yeah. Well, no, not there. Because I'm going to tell you what it was, and then I'll put it in. So, I must have been 6 or 7. Right? My brother Tom, my dad loved to record shit. He would always, like, do family videos, home videos, right? My brother Tom was notorious for, like, filming me and Fran's beefs. Would always record it. But then the aftermath, he would rewind it after he watched it and shit. When they were getting in trouble, my mom wanted to know what happened. He'd be recording the aftermath over top of the actual fight, so nobody could really, like, solve the case. So it's just Fran's word versus mine.
Would he do it on purpose?
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, but this particular incident, he didn't erase. So we were at, like, one of my mom's, like, aunts or grandmom's house up in, like, Philly, right? And we're visiting family, and we're kids. We don't fucking know. And me and Fran would always, like, we were about the same size at this time. It was, like, 6 or 7. No. We were. You'll see in the video. So
I can't picture that.
So we were, like, arguing, and I think in the beginning of the video, I'm even saying something like, I could take you. And he's like, you can't take me. And I was like, Tom, can I run his fade? Like, I said,
yeah.
And Tom's like, oh, no, you guys have to go see. And, like, we like, okay, fine. No, we go in the other room, and, like, you can hear me clear as day calling out some rules, right? When you're a little kid,
Yeah.
you got rules.
No
like,
biting.
no wedgies, no. Yeah, so I very clearly state, no biting. This is an agreement between distinguished individuals.
Yeah.
There will be no biting. In the video, you can see I'm starting to get him a little bit. I'm starting to pin him. Now, he's the older brother, and this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
So he resorted to something. He resorted to a bite. And in the video, he left teeth marks in my back. I'm like screaming.
Tom filmed the whole thing.
Yeah, and then my mom's like looking at the bites. You hear my grandpop in the background like, oh, that Francis is a wild animal. And my mom's like, oh my God, there's teeth marks. And like I'm like crying, screaming, little kid. Like, I said no biting. So, I mean,
that reminds me
I'll
of
put that in.
A story.
10:40 bus. She usually gets home around 12:45.
I can do.
I tell you, she gets the bus.
Tommy, tape it.
Quarter one.
oh, darn.
I got the whole thing on tape.
You started! You bit me in the
I'm like depressed.
I said no fight.
All right, son. What made you do that? No.
Whatever you see in that picture.
It's just red. Look, you got welts. You got 4 welts on there.
Look, you can see her doing what
Look at that.
camera.
4 welts.
She's wiping his back.
Story of Pat.
I just put that video in just now. Pat.
The story of Pat, where we were at me, Nitz, Pat. It was like pretty much the whole shop. Was at an Atlanta tattoo convention. The first time we go there, and I'm tattooing Nitz's leg, a big ass samurai.
Oh, I didn't go to this, but I remember you telling me about this. I wish I would have went.
Yeah. It was a good show, and me and Nitz, we always like to talk about Pat, like the legend of Pat, right? Like, and build him up, like in our mind, like he's the fucking just a maniac,
bigger than
like an animal,
Yeah,
like Paul Bunyan or something.
I like that. Pat Bunyan.
So we're sitting there, and we're talking, me and Nitz, as I'm tattooing. I'm like, what do you think, Pat, the craziest thing Pat's ever done to somebody in a fight? Because we would hear about him smashing someone in the head with a fucking monster can, breaking their eye socket and shit.
Yeah.
Like, just crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what do you think?
I mean, he was friends with Balky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you know about you got to, just to be initiated in
At
that,
least a face
you
rip.
got to get your cheek ripped off.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so fucking, he goes, I think Pat's the kind of guy, he would grab your fucking nuts if he had to. So
I'll bet you Pat has a nut grab.
So we're
Okay.
like, we're like, Pat comes walking around from, I don't know, he was just walking around the convention. He comes up, and I'm like, yo, Pat, right in front of me. And then I'm like, yo, Pat, what's the craziest thing you've ever done in a fight? He's like, well, dude, one time I was losing this fight, so I grabbed this dude's fucking nuts and just started pulling. And I was just me and this just started dying laughing. We're like, what? I fucking knew it. Like, I knew that he would do that. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't
He's capable.
if I think of it during the time, at the moment. But like, it was literally like a boom, boom, boom.
Nah,
like,
that's so funny. It's like you were joking.
Yeah.
And then it was true.
Like, it was like the craziest thing we could think of, and he's done it. Like,
Nah, what's the craziest thing you do to get out of a fight? Like, what if it was like, nah, I jerked this dude off one time till he came.
that's wild.
Nah, he was getting the best of me, so I made his dick hard and jerked it off.
That's fucking wild.
Not that Pat would do that, but like, what would what's the crazy thing you could say, like, not violent thing you could do to get out of a
Maybe
fight?
like you shoved your fucking fingers up his ass or something.
Yeah.
To get him. They do that in wrestling,
Do they really?
in
Like Olympic wrestling?
like that kind of wrestling. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god.
They're
Go-
popping
Go grip that motherfucker
like that
with a
with the bowling
with
ball.
the
The bowling ball grip to make them squirt.
the fuck
They hit him.
to make them square and fucking and lift them like
No, they're butthole suplexing. Like
they
you grab.
literally
and
they're
then you
bowling
flip.
for buttholes. Is what they're doing.
I'm gonna have to tap in. Did your wrestling client? Remember I met him the one night?
At the shop.
Yeah, did he tell you
The
that?
dude is second
Yeah.
in the nation.
At ripping butts.
Yeah.
I would never want no trouble with him,
Fuck no.
but
Anybody that's got that ear shit going on, what is it?
cauliflower. ear.
Cauliflower
Yeah.
ear. I'm
Not to sign
not
my
saying
boy
they're
up
the
for
best
nothing.
at throwing their hands, but if you don't,
But
if
in a
it
wrestling
comes
match.
to like a grappling, you're
Wait,
fucked.
Kev, I saw a stat. The most successful UFC fighters all have a wrestling background. Like, it's like this big number, percentage of like Muay Thai's great. It's all complimentary though. Like the most
Well, probably because
successful
anybody
UFC
who's
guys.
good at wrestling has been doing it since they were fucking 5 years
No,
old.
but
probably.
not just wrestling. Like UFC specific, mixed martial arts, right? The guys with the highest win rate, the biggest percentage, or whatever, there's a larger portion of those guys that are collegiate wrestling backgrounds,
Bunch of
competitive
fucking
wrestling, like
Kurt
actual,
Angles.
yeah, that kind of thing, like Kurt Angle, Ken Shamrock. I think Ken Shamrock. Yeah,
I don't know. About
whatever.
that shit.
Anyway, not for nothing, but, and I'm not trying to pin these two against each other, but your wrestling guy, I'll put him up against my wrestling guy any day.
They're way different.
My man, listen, let me tell you something. My man Billy D would stomp a mud hole.
I would never
when you
say
got
a bad thing about Billy D.
when you got Ray Bradley saying,
But I will say that they are two different, weight
animals.
classes. Like
right, but
the
still,
kid's fucking
Billy
100.
would crush him. Wait, I love your client, and he was very nice when I met him, and he was
He's
funny. And I'm
dude.
just fucking around. But when Ray Bradley says to you, Billy D's a nut, and I don't want no trouble with him,
Yeah.
then you know Billy D's a bad motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, he's got a podcast with his brother,
Does he?
and I want to get
Corey?
him. Yeah,
I tattooed Corey a lot. Well, I was tattooing him
I
for
would
a
love
lot.
to get Billy D on this bitch.
Oh my god, get them both on.
I want him in. He
We could
does.
blend it.
He's a heel. Billy D can be a heel. You know what that means?
No.
I learned a lot about professional wrestling from him.
What's a heel?
He's the bad guy. Your Stone Colds.
Yeah.
Billy, he gets into character. It's not even character. It's for real. He might suplex. I don't know if we should have him on.
He'll break our table.
He might body
He might
slam
double
one of
choke
us.
slam both of us into
He
the
could
table.
at the end. Yeah.
You know what I've noticed though?
Yeah.
Including him and his brother and my client that is he was like
The wrestling guy.
Yeah, the wrestling guy. And then I tattooed this other guy who I'm really cool with, CJ Lafrag. I don't want to say his last name because I don't want to get it
Gucci
wrong.
Mane LaFleur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a good fighter. He's coming up right now. They're all the nicest fucking dudes.
Oh my God, I know.
Obviously.
Well, they got discipline. You don't want to test that.
Flip their switch.
Don't
But I
mistake
guess it there's two types of people that I guess. So it's like either you're really tough and you know it and you're just a dick, or you're really tough and you know it and you're humble about it and just like, why bother?
Dude, most people that are dicks, they're not really bad to the bone. Like,
Right.
They're like trying to prove to themselves.
Well, they're probably just trying to. It's like a bully. Like they're trying to more scare you than actually get physical.
Right. They like that. They get it. They're hooked on the
I
power.
fucking hate bullies.
I used to bully the
Like
bully.
real bullies. I mean, I fuck around with a bunch of people and probably seem like that sometimes. Not a bully, but like take it too far sometimes. But I always feel bad.
I'm in this process of feeling like maybe I take it too far sometimes too.
Yeah.
So, you know how I know I took it too far with you? Was that a fart?
That was. I don't know.
Was that someone upstairs?
That wasn't me, bro.
I didn't know.
That
I
was
didn't think it was
literally.
just, I
that
had
was
these,
a floor creaking
with these
like,
headphones
for
on.
real.
I couldn't tell.
Did
so.
you see me like looking around?
We both looked at each other. I didn't know if you were doing like the look of like I meant to do that quiet, but whoops, or if it was like what is that?
No,
Yeah.
that was an
No,
actual.
I know I
floor.
took it too far with you when you start picking around at the table.
Dude, so many people.
Yeah, we don't answer those on the show.
So many people notice that I like.
Well, the table's starting to lose pieces. Look at this.
Well, that's glue that never got stained because there's glue over top of it. Over top of the.
Oh, I
the
didn't know
raw
that.
wood.
That's goo?
It's feel it. It's glue.
It looks like goo.
From when we put this table together, there was glue and we didn't sand it off. So when we went over it with the stain, it never got on that.
It is.
But that's not me picking, right? But I do pick the table, and
Well,
everybody notices.
you know, when talking about Eminem, you're like a little bashful kid, kind of like.
Well, I gotta pick and choose my battles sometimes.
I'm sorry for that.
No, you're not. You don't like them no more, and that's fine.
I respect. I do. I like his
But
old
who's your favorite wrestler of all time? Who do you think's the go to wrestling?
wrestling. Ric Flair.
Yeah, but do you put him like he's number one?
He's
to you?
the best to ever do it.
Okay. Now, wrestling's fake, so it's tough to say this, but would Stone Cold be able to beat Ric Flair?
Oh man, here's the problem. You know how Mike Tyson's favorite boxer of all time was Muhammad Ali? Stone Cold's favorite wrestler of all time is Ric Flair.
You know that.
Yeah,
You know that.
I know that. And Stone Cold would be my next choice too. Like, and then after that, fucking Razor Ramon.
I gotta put The Rock on there.
The Rock is up there. Yeah, man. Damn, I don't know. That's tough. Because Dwayne the Rock fucking Johnson,
Just
he
even
had
like
fucking like, I hate to use this word. He was very steezy. I'm gonna use that word. He had steez, bro. When he would hit that fucking people's elbow.
when he would do the eye.
Yeah. Or how about when he would throw his elbow pad into the crowd and then hit the crisscross applesauce and then do the people's elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even before he dropped the elbow, he'd kick his leg around.
What was the other thing? The rock bottom.
The rock bottom? That's his finisher. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And he turned into like I like watching him like on Instagram and stuff. He seems pretty cool with the fans.
Seemed like a solid dude who didn't forget where he
Like
came
a rock
from.
solid dude.
No, did you did you see the artificial intelligence generated video of Dwayne the Rock Johnson eating rocks?
No.
Oh, it's a video. It's so funny.
I gotta check that out.
He's just picking up boulders in the wild and like eating them and shit.
That's how he turned in. Does it look like him?
Yeah, but like him with like an extra arm or sometimes extra eyebrow. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
An extra eyebrow?
Yeah, extra. Well, it's the people's eyebrow.
Yeah, there's a fucking cool ass movie coming out called The Creator.
Well, that just sounds cool. What's that about?
AI.
Wait, you know who Duncan
Donuts?
Duncan Trussell or whatever the fuck his last name is?
The director, dude?
No, he's like, I don't even know what he is. Could be a comedian or philosopher or whatever, but Joe Rogan would have him on sometimes. He did the voice for, you ever see that show at night on Cartoon Network? It was like on Adult Swim. It was like this dude would like shoot himself into different dimensions. It's a cartoon, and he would like go in and like
The
talk.
dude with the eyes like this?
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, I saw this thing. He was reading a part of the Bible, and I think it was like the origin story, like when Earth was created.
Genesis?
Whatever, one of them, something like that. And he's talking about he replaced the word God and like the world in certain words with like simulation, the programmer, the code, right? Just like if this was a simulation.
Right.
And it's fucking makes my hair stand up on
That's
my arm
fucked up.
because it's like, well, no, it just works. It
Yeah.
just works so well. And like basically, he's like, imagine playing Grand Theft Auto, and the people that you created, like you created Grand Theft Auto, and you created that world, and then they became aware of themselves, and they felt the pain when they run each other over, when they kill each other. They're feeling it. They're actually feeling that suffering
That would be wild.
in the world that you created. So to get them to stop doing that to each other, you go in and become one of them, and then they crucify and kill you. And you experience that, and you did that to show them to not do that to each other anymore. Right? Like that's like
Yeah.
in a simulation.
But
though.
you're still here, but you're in the game as well.
Yeah, like as a programmer. But like...
You know what I'd do after they crucified me? I'd be like, well, fuck that.
You go make a new one.
I ain't sending nothing ever again to these people.
Go make a new one over here.
Yeah.
Which actually is kind of a good segue. Because we got new bullet points in regards to alien life stuff. What's the time looking like? We'll do a little well, yeah, right now. Okay, so what I was saying, the next bullet point we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just going to come right out and say, I'm going to announce it like a headline, right? Mexican scientists in the country of Mexico, they brought some evidence and through Congress released...
Through Mexican Congress.
Through Mexican Congress released a
finding.
A finding, yeah. Alien remains, they say. This is alleged now. We haven't had our scientists run through it. And I personally haven't gotten to run through it because I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I saw this and I said...
This came out today.
Yeah. Yeah, so look, obviously me and Kev both are repping.
Repping for the low life.
I want to believe, Kev. I really want it to be for real.
How many did they release?
I don't know. Look at 2 or 3 little buddy bodies.
So there's 2.
They looked to me
that are
like,
next to each other. And one's like...
They said one had embryos inside of its womb.
One's 800 years old and one's 1,700 years old.
Supposed mummified.
But they look exactly the same.
Supposed mummified remains of aliens. They're these little
Pieces of shit.
little pieces of shit, and honestly, look like,
They might be up to like mid thigh.
bro.
They look like, you know what they look like exactly? They look like Legos. They're built like Lego.
They
Lego
look
dudes.
like they look. I've seen mummified remains from other shit. I've watched Nat Geo.
Whoa. You got to make sure that. So
They could be fake too, but here's my biggest thing is these don't even look sort of real. They don't even look a little bit real, Kev. They don't even look like a real thing. They look like
they look like fucked up concrete.
it looks to me in the video. And they're like so proud displaying these fucking things.
That's the only thing.
It's such bullshit.
All right, but what
My turtle shaped shit
looked more like a turtle.
looked
than
more
that.
like yeah.
Can we please put
You want me
that
to
up?
splice that
Can
in
you
right
put
here?
that up
All right,
right
wait, here. Let's do a disclaimer. If you don't want to see the picture of the turtle shit, now's your chance.
Skip forward
10
5 seconds. Yeah, 10
and
seconds.
if you want to see it, hang tight because right here. Yeah. So anyway,
You know what the fuck happened to me today?
what?
I had to I was in front of somebody and I had to go back because I sent that to some people.
Oh, okay.
I had to go back into my pictures, like of my conversation with that person.
Yeah.
Or with somebody. I was looking for something and I had to go back into, you know, in your messages with like a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
You can see all the pictures you ever sent between each other.
Yeah.
So I'm looking through someone's, it might have been ours, I don't know whose, and that pops up. It's in like the collage of pictures. I'm like, fuck. I just try to get out of it as fast as I can.
Fran wanted to see it today.
The shit?
Yeah, so it came up today at the shop. So I tattooed a sea turtle today. And we were just talking about turtles. I forget what we were saying about them. And I was like, dude, I really wish you would have saw or just looked at the poop.
He never seen it?
No. And,
Why?
He just...
He'd rather not see shit.
I don't know, dude. Why he didn't want to see it? Because like even
That's
Nia,
some of your best work, Bri.
Nia is sitting there next to me. And she's like, "Fran, just look at it. Like it's worth looking at."
Yo, did she ever get butthurt?
No, she don't give
Okay.
a fuck. She supports the show.
Okay.
You
No,
were
no,
worried about
the
hurting her
other-
feelings with the convention stuff.
Yeah, because it wasn't at her.
You want to issue a public like, yo, all
I
love.
did.
Okay.
I ain't doing it again.
I'm nice, Brian. Now I'm not forcing you to do shit. Dick Brian, maybe he would have. He would have applied a little more pressure.
I apologize, Nia.
Nia
if
is
you had taken
Nia
any
is
kind of
thorough. She's the homie. I got her back. You gonna pick on me because I'm nice guy now? This is why you don't want to be nice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thorough.
That's how you say it now.
That's how I'm gonna say it now.
That's how you say it now. Because I said.
Say it like that. No. No.
Yeah.
No.
You want me to switch back, Kev? You want me to go back to that guy?
Because I said. So let's get back to the aliens, though.
Okay, I don't know where we left off.
You were talking about poop. Your poop.
Oh, yeah, my poop
turtle.
looked more accurately like it was a recreation of a turtle than these things. Like, these don't look
Put
like
it in
they...
again, Brian. One more time. Just for the asshole that tried to skip past.
Surprise, bitch. Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Yeah,
now that
it
everyone
definitely
is
did.
still here, yeah,
I can attest to that.
yeah,
But I will say there's a third one.
a third. Right. So wait, can I make one more point?
That looks pretty fucking legit.
Yeah. Can I mention something?
God.
So they also released these like statements that like one of the mummified remains was carrying embryos, and that their rib structure, blah blah blah, and there was
Not blah blah blah.
they had I'm about to say they had some fucking metal implants cadmium, some other kinds of metals, right? That was implanted under their skin is what they're claiming.
Under their skin or in their body?
In their body, maybe, whatever. So
I don't know. So
well, let me just go on to say, when you look at the picture of these things, if they were real, they're looking pretty malnourished. You can see their, like, what I guess would be ribs, in the little paper mache looking ass body, okay. And when you look, when you look at the X-ray or the scans that they have with those two pictures next to each other, they don't even look like they're the same fucking thing. The X-rays look like legit X-rays,
well,
but they couldn't be from the paper mache.
1,000 years apart.
So what? The X-rays are 1,000 years old, Kev?
Which is bullshit to me because it's like this. Ready? I think they found them in a mine. Right?
They said it was a like one of those ancient sites that they were
Nazca.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what them Nazca lines are, where you can only see it from the sky? It's the bird.
Nazca, like the Nazca 500, and like down in Florida, Daytona. Nazca, Dale Earnhardt, Nazca.
So, fucking, I think they said they found him in a mine. And then I'm like, so this one thing died, I don't know, 1,700 years ago. And
1,000 years later, wanders in.
800 years ago, it's
same
like,
spot.
I'm going to die right here. With this
That's
guy.
insane. And they were the only on Earth to ever be found.
Or I guess if they were technically mummified, that means you're preserved by something after you die. Like, it wraps you up or whatever, takes all your organs out, the whole, embalms you or whatever. So maybe that's an area where they took these little pieces of shit.
Or an indigenous tribe.
And I'll say this, if they were real, I know why they don't want to be found by us. Because they're so fucking little, we would take advantage of them.
I could beat one of them to death with a stick with metal implants in its body, Kev. You see Billy D? You know what he could do to a group of them aliens?
He could probably take on the whole nation.
He'd wrestle them to pieces.
I think he would just lay down and steamroll towards them and just squash them as he goes.
You ever see the movie Hook with
Yeah.
you know, Robin Williams?
Yeah.
You know when the one kid turns himself into a ball and rolls down the step?
Yeah, looking like fucking Sonic.
That's what would happen. Nah, but I just
What's
don't
the
believe
one
it.
kid's name? Rufio?
Rufio's the replacement. Now there's a band called Rufio. There's
About that?
there's a band called Rufio named after that. Yeah,
It is named.
you would like them because you like Thursday and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're older.
So tell them about the X-rays too.
Yeah, I just did. The X-rays don't look legit.
Yeah, no.
None of it looks legit.
I mean, I don't know. If I were, let's just say,
I want to
real
believe,
quick,
but when they
real
keep
quick,
doing this bullshit,
just listen to me.
Yeah,
Google a picture of just a regular mummy.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
From Egypt or wherever the
You want me to
fuck.
throw one in right here?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to throw in some of them little pieces of shit right here?
Yeah, throw them in there.
Right there.
With the X-ray, yeah. So,
Okay.
but if back to the human mummy, if you took that mummy all fucked up looking, and then you took an X-ray of a normal human being, and you like looked at him, you wouldn't be able to say, "All right, there's all his ribs, there's this and that." The one thing I don't fuck
Wait,
with.
you would be able to say what? Wait, because no, these fucking aliens' ribs look like perfect fucking weird little points, and these ribs in the X-ray are like normal ribs.
Maybe that's not ribs.
Kev, look at the fucking. Did you
I
look?
seen it. Yeah, I think I still got it up.
All right, because I'm gonna splice it in again right here.
But look at this one.
Actually, Kev, right there where I just spliced that in was my shit again. How you like that? I did that to them.
Oh my God, they're probably gonna turn it off.
No, don't turn it off.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean, if they're watching this long, I think they're here for that.
He said, actually, I said I spliced that in. That was my shit again. Look.
Yeah. Okay, what do you got there? Is that the X-rays?
This is that little piece of shit.
Let me see that fucking thing.
Look at his
It
bullshit.
doesn't, dude. It's blurry. What the fuck? Look at his hips. Would you fuck him?
This is what I don't get, right? Look. His shoulders are at the same, and his spine comes all the way down to here,
where his knees are. That shit ain't real, bro. Let me tell you. Listen, one of the most credible sources in this world that's always delivered
look
reliable.
So they're embryos
Wait.
and they're what? Tits?
Tits. Yeah, listen to me for a minute. Kev, let me say this.
Yeah.
All right, one of the most reliable sources in the world that's never lied to us about anything publicly. Fill in the blank. It's not ever going to be the Mexican Congress. They're not trustworthy news source, number one. Number two, the fact that that's going to be in... When's the last time you heard a story from a Mexican news channel?
This thing couldn't even
In the
open its
US.
mouth. It don't have a jaw.
Bro, that's a little piece of stone from someone's garden. That shit ain't even real.
That literally, like...
It ain't real.
What if it is? Because one of the people said that, one of the, like... whatever things I
Yeah.
seen it on Instagram said that 30% of their DNA is
that.
unknown.
I saw
And I'm like, wait a minute. So then 70% is known. So where the fuck's that thing from?
Why do they look like the little coffee aliens from Men in Black? They don't even look real.
Hey, Jay, come on.
They love coffee
The
like
worms.
me. They love coffee like me.
The worm.
I don't know how much time you want to spend on this one, but we're
All right,
wearing
we
the
could-
shirts. We want to believe. I just need it to come from anything that's reliable, not fucking bullshit. It just
Well, you
feels.
need
Wait,
NASCAR
you're
to
telling
go
me
over there
you
and-
could. You could.
I don't
smell bullshit at all on this.
I smell fucking fuckery for sure.
Yeah.
But I can't. I've done the littlest of little research on it. I would love to be like, okay, who did the DNA test? Where have these things been? Because it was like a ufologist presented them. I'm like, this pussy's been holding on to these things for whatever, however many years, and he never thought to come out before with it.
Kev,
All the documentaries that there's been, and
you know how we'll know they're real? Because we'll see them in our daily life. We'll just see them. We'll be out, and they'll be fucking out there.
just aliens.
You tell me why they're only presenting themselves to people who are able to keep it a secret. The fuck?
I haven't given up.
I know, but like, how do you know airplanes are real? You've been on them. You've seen them flying above your head.
Taking one tomorrow.
You've taken, yeah. Okay, so we can pretty much agree that airplanes are real. They do fly.
There is one thing I want you to watch. This documentary I watched. Stephen Greer, I know.
I fucking hate that troll, bro. He sucks, actually. He's not even valuable. He's not a valuable member of society.
I can't stand that.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because I have a tried and true source that I use to listen to. And Stephen Greer was a guest on his show, and he avoided all the hard questions. And he didn't have good answers for the ones he did answer.
Show me.
Then he got all fucking pissy and mad.
And left. He left.
And we're talking about the Higher Side Chats. Greg Carlwood, a trusted, tried and true member of the truth community who's been covering ufology, fucking cryptids,
What's he
you
got?
name it.
What's he got? A podcast?
Yeah, and it's one of my favorites.
And Stephen Greer was on there.
Yeah, and he was a dickbag who avoided hard questions and ran away with no answers. Yeah. He smelled suspicious. Do that. Go. What's that smell like?
Suspicious.
Which makes me think his little documentary is another psyop.
This wasn't even about aliens, this documentary I was going to tell you about.
All right, tell me. I didn't mean to cut
It's
you.
about 0 point energy.
Yeah, that's another fucking... Go ahead.
No.
That's their propulsion technology
No.
that nobody can replicate?
No. It has nothing to do with aliens. Humans are inventing this stuff.
I know about 0 point energy, Kev.
The fuck out of here. That's fucking great.
I know you know. All right, I'm going to cross that one off. Just because
Yeah.
it's controversial, and I don't want you getting upset.
I'm not getting upset.
All right.
I like to watch the things that you would say, like the thing you just said about Stephen Greer and fucking.
Yeah, I want to send it to you. Yeah.
But you dismiss what I have to say as if I don't know anything.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect.
Like I
you
don't
like that.
think.
Let me publicly say.
Dick Bry came out, and
I do. No, you're not wrong. I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
Because all right, you're joking.
I'm
but,
joking.
All right, but let me say, I am sorry because it's not you that I'm discrediting. And I might not even discredit what you're trying to, but I did dismiss what you were saying, and that's rude. My issue is with Dr. I personally, you don't know why I'm upset
What do you
with
mean
him?
personally? You never met the fucking guy.
You want to know why I'm upset with him?
Yeah.
Because he had me. I mean,
He did.
you remember? Remember we used to talk about him?
All the time.
We'd be like, this guy's really
Didn't
doing
we go
something.
over Rob's house and watch that fucking documentary?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
The first
He had me
big one?
in the warm nook inside of his hand, and I was listening. I was going along for the ride.
Yeah, but I have to watch this
That's
thing
why.
that you're talking about.
I do apologize for cutting
No,
you.
it's fine. But
Don't say it's fine. It's not fine. let me be
my
nice.
girl hates that when I get in an argument, I never say like it's okay. I was like, all right.
Well, you do that to everybody with everything.
Yeah, I don't.
Remember
I don't.
Mike with the lock. All right.
Yeah, because it's not okay. Like certain things, I don't say, "Oh, it's okay. Don't. It's fine. Just don't do it again." It's not fine. That's a lie.
Yeah.
If I were to be saying that, I just say, "Okay." Like I hear your apology.
Well, you
Which
can
is
accept.
fucked
No,
up.
you
I gotta
should. You
switch
should
that.
formally accept an apology. If you do, if you don't,
Well, I
like
can
I
say
don't
I accept
that.
your
Or
apology,
you
but I just don't say the language I use. I don't say, "Oh, it's okay."
Yeah. You know what I do a lot? I'll just be quiet when I'm upset. And people will be asking me direct questions, and I'll just look at them. I don't say anything. I think there's power in silence. I think the less you say is the
There
better.
is. But one thing I do like about Stephen Greer, real quick,
Yeah.
is
His sculpted body.
he fucking
He's yoked. Sorry.
he
Go ahead.
is actually pretty
Yeah,
jacked.
I hate him. For
Is
that.
he don't fuck with none of the other guys, like Lou Elizondo and all that. The fucking
Tom DeLonge.
even the shit like the little congressional hearing they had with Grosh and
Cross.
yeah, and
The skiff.
yeah, the skiff and Lieutenant Fravor or whatever the fuck his name was. He don't like it because what they're trying to do, he thinks, is make aliens or UFOs or UAPs seem like a threat so that they can weaponize space, and he doesn't want that. Because
Yeah, CSETI and all that shit.
in my eyes, though, if they were a threat, because if they're real, we don't truly know what they're doing behind closed doors, what their agenda is. Might be nothing. Might just be observation. Who the fuck knows? But if they are real, and they're like coming here from far away or wherever, then they probably have the technology to just laser us to death like Mars attacks.
Dude, if they were a threat, they'd have been threatening us by now.
That's
but
what
who's
I'm
to
saying.
say they're not?
That's what I'm saying. You don't really know.
Because whatever hidden hand at the top of the power pyramid.
Maybe they're all just fucking.
Good art.
Maybe they're the ones stealing everybody and eating them. I don't know.
Well, this is why I always play with this idea of I don't think aliens are going to show up in Mexican news channel as a physical thing. I think that they're more interdimensional.
Yeah.
Listen, think about this for a second, Kev. You're going to travel interdimensionally, interstellarly, right? You're going to go millions of light years. It's just not practical to travel that physically because the closer you get to traveling to the speed of light, you get spaghettified. You get stretched out. It expands. Material expands when it gets close. This is E = MC squared shit, right?
Well,
so,
spaghettified.
like when you go into a black hole.
Yeah, that's.
All right, so, but materials expand the closer they get to the speed of light. Like when they do the particle accelerators and all this other shit. That theory's sound, right? So my point is, if you're a living physical being that's going to travel in outer space from a galaxy away, it's going to be through a fucking portal.
Yeah, like a wormhole or something.
Even maybe not a wormhole, because once you go into a wormhole is like a black hole. You're traveling through fucking at a speed.
We don't know what.
Well, this is what they're saying, though. This is
Right.
from their science, right? My point is, it would be a lot easier to dematerialize and rematerialize somewhere else through another dimension.
Right.
So if these things are real, I would say they're more like spirits and less like humans. That's my theory.
So you don't think a human could get in one of their spacecraft and go wherever the fuck?
Maybe if they can dematerialize and go into a different realm. I'm not saying we can't
know
do
what that
that.
reminds
I
me
think
of?
humans can do that.
Remember Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory?
Yeah, when he ships everyone off.
When he dematerialized the kid?
Yeah. Like that. All right, wait. Do we want to talk more about Dr. Stephen Greer? No, I'm done with him.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right.
What's the next one?
The next one. This is a quick one. It's a fun one.
Okay.
My young bull came into the shop today.
Who's that?
His name's Wesson. Wesson's the homie. It's actually his name's Wesson Smith. Think about that for a second.
Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, but y'all ain't related.
No.
Nah, but your last name's Smith too. But Smith and Wesson.
Is he Irish?
Fuck if I know.
Could be English.
Could be anything.
Could be
Anyway.
a fucking alien.
Could be interdimensional. He asked me a question today, and I thought, that's fun. I said to him, that's fun. I'm going to use it on my podcast tonight with Kev.
What's the
Our
question?
podcast, not mine.
To him, it's your podcast.
Well, I said that to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the question is, he hits me with this, and I splurted out an answer, and then I was like, wait a minute, let me think about that. I don't know if I could do that. So the question is, if you had a button you could press, and every time you press it, you get $1 million, but somebody in the world dies, how many times would you push it?
It's a random shot, right?
You don't know who it's
Like,
going
there's
to
no
be.
secret thing. But
Could be anybody.
I'd press that fucking button. I can't say that because of my children and my family.
I said 10 times. And then I was like, wait a minute. I don't want to kill anyone. And then I switched all the way back around. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, if I press it once, I might as well keep pressing it. Get like 100, 200 clicks.
It'd be different
I don't think I could kill
if
people.
I knew who died. Not knew like personally, but like they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
the odds.
fucking
The odds
Juan
of it-
Pablo died in Mexico.
How many family members you got?
A lot.
Let's just say you got 10, 15, 20.
Mm-hmm.
20 people out of 6 billion. The odds of it being someone you care about are slim.
Super low.
Let's just assume you can smack that button a lot.
If you
And-
say it's none of my immediate family, I would press it
Really?
every day till the end
Really?
until I die.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're
Yeah.
effectively killing people every time you do
That's
that.
crazy.
Think about that for a minute.
That is fucked up.
It's a moral dilemma because,
I'm
like,
pretty
I
sure
believe
if
that
I didn't know them though,
I
and-
believe I could get M's on my own without killing people.
So you wouldn't press
I don't
it
think
once?
I would. Now that I've thought about it, yeah.
You debated
My
me.
first answer was 10, and then I was like, "Fuck it, 100," and then I was like, "Wait a minute, none."
Yeah, 'cause you're taking someone's
I
family away
can't
from
kill
them.
someone like that, bro. That's crazy. For $1 million?
What if they said every time you press the button, you'd kill someone on death row?
Oh, well, how many people are on death row? Because I'm running it up. They're gonna die anyway. They
And they
deserve
probably
it, probably.
deserve to die.
Probably. And if they're wrongfully, like you, Kev, how many people you think wrongfully find themselves on death row? It's rare.
Maybe one out of
I
all
mean,
of
it's
them.
rare.
Yeah.
And if you found yourself that way, you're just unlucky, bro. You're dying.
You were.
Yeah. If that didn't happen, you were getting hit by a car or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
you're dying one way or another. Yeah. I thought that was a fun little question, though.
That is, on a realistic level, because if you press it once, you're gonna keep pressing it
Yeah.
because it's easy.
Yeah, I used to work at the Lobster House. This is what I said to the kid. I'm like,
I'm gonna say, so you wouldn't, if someone said to you, "I'll give you $100 million, but you have to shoot someone in the back of the head at your choice, anybody you want, anywhere in the world you want. We'll even give you $1 million up front to get you there." You wouldn't walk up on someone and
nah, Kev, I really believe in karma.
do you think you're gonna get shot in the back of the head
Do I think I'm going to get shot in the back of the head?
if you do it?
Oh. Like they're not going to pay me?
No. Karma's gonna hit you with
Oh.
a shot in the back of
No,
the
I
head.
don't think karma works like that. But do you really want to live the rest of your life every time you spend any money from what you got, you're thinking about how you killed some stranger who didn't deserve it?
I probably wouldn't do it.
Nothing
but I'm
in
gonna
this
tell you, I'm
world
gonna be
has that
honest.
much.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that would fade.
Can I tell you? I don't like being told what to
I've
do.
done some fucked up shit, and some of it I still think about, but some of it I forgot probably.
I don't like getting told what to do. You're gonna tell. You're gonna. I don't like being manipulated or finessed, even for money.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna make me kill someone to give me that money. Fuck you. I'll go get it my own way.
Okay.
Like, I don't need you to give me $100 million. I'll manifest that shit some other way. And I will too, Kev. Mark my words. I don't need to kill nobody to get it.
I know. I'm not saying that.
Do you really want to carry that in your heart?
Probably not.
Nah. That's one of them permanent things. And here's the other thing. I'm really afraid to find out. If I was to kill someone, Kev, the universe might open up to me like one of them serial killers, and then I might love it. And that's scary too.
Right.
You know, I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to find out. I have a very addictive personality. I'm good with my quiet little guilt-free life that I live. I don't want to feel like I killed someone. That's nuts.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't do it.
I probably couldn't.
You sound like you would.
I don't.
It seems like you would.
The idea is great. Like, not the idea of killing somebody. The idea of just pressing a button.
No, but the idea of money being able to get you anything, not just money, if anything can get you up off of shit you believe in, then you don't believe hard enough. Like, I don't believe in doing that. So if money can change my mind about that, then money's got power over me. And I don't let nothing have power. I have power over money. Like, nothing's going to tell me. Money or no. That's how I feel.
So you wouldn't.
My pride and ego is way too high to be manipulated into doing something I don't want to do for money.
Okay, so but at what point? Because
$100 million. You
I'm sure
sucking
you don't
dick?
want to. I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's just say you wouldn't want to jump off this roof. You would sustain an injury. But if I gave you $100 million, I guarantee you jump the fuck off the roof because the risk is worth the reward.
I mean, I get up and go to work every day, and I don't love doing that. I mean, I do love my job, but like, yeah, there's
Would you
concessions.
kill a dolphin?
But Kev, no.
Would you kill a fucking dolphin?
Oh, probably. I kill bugs every day. My point isn't that. My point is something I believe in to my core is wrong. I'm not changing my belief system for money. Now, I don't think it's morally or ethically wrong to jump off of a roof. I think it might be stupid.
Yeah.
It's not stupid when there's 100 M's involved, though. Then it's smart. It's a good business decision. Like, you get what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think of something you think is
So
morally wrong.
morally- Would I do drugs again?
Would you
I've been off drugs.
snort one line
Nope.
for $100 million?
No. Fuck no. You think I'd ever be able to put that devil back in his box?
Not with $100 million.
Hell no. That's what I'm saying. That's just name a thing, Kev. It's like saying, would you sacrifice one of your family members for fame and fortune?
No.
No. But did it for 100 M's.
Don't say that.
I have to edit out the name there, but somebody did it.
Do you think that's what happened? His son, right? How?
We got to figure out how to put the beep on the name now.
Just mute that part. But
Yeah.
only because I don't know if
I'll
that's
just
true.
cut the audio
If it
out.
was
Yeah.
true, fuck him.
Yeah.
Get down on the ground. What you gonna do, young
He
fella?
said, "You want me to lay? You want
gonna
I should?"
freeze?
He said, "You want I should lay down, or get down on the ground?"
That was a bop.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Hot topics.
That's crazy.
Hot topics. I don't know though. I mean, listen. I edited out his name. If you know what I'm talking about, then maybe it's true. If not,
Leave his fucking name in there. After
'Cause-
what you just told me, leave his name.
we live too close. He could come down here and put in work. He
I know.
actually no. People got to check in with him when they go to Philly and shit. No way.
Really?
Yeah, they used to. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You seen him pull up on fucking the dude that snitched.
Who?
I'm not gonna say because I never.
Give his initial.
6'9".
Did he pull up on him?
Before he was a snitch.
Oh, he made him check in?
He pulled up to his hotel room, picked up his payment. There was a video about it. There was a video of him coming into the hotel room. They were all like pretty much gawking his shit. Gave him a bag. He joked around like, yeah. They basically were checking in.
Yeah.
Paying their fees.
God damn.
Yeah. But anyway, all that aside, I think people do that shit for money, fame, fortune. Sure. Black magic, ritualistic ceremonies. Whether it works or not, I have no clue.
Sacrifice. It's like a sacrifice at that point. Like, nah, I don't think I would do that.
But that's what I'm saying, because then whatever it is that propositioned you for that or gave you that money, signed that check.
And it makes you weaker.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Principles can't be shaken. I believe in what I believe in, and I don't care if it's money. And you can't give me something that's going to get me up off of the shit I stand on. My principles, the shit I believe in. Nothing can change my mind about that.
Yeah.
And I think there's power in that. But other people can't exert power over you because you can't be manipulated.
Right.
It's like, imagine going to a car dealership and you're just browsing and you don't want to buy. Well, the salesman's job is to sell you on something.
Right.
It's a lot easier to make a sale when someone's in the market to buy.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's, so sell quality product. Don't be.
Look at me starting to pick now. I'm fucking.
Are you thinking about?
Yeah, that's fuck. I don't think I would shoot some or kill somebody or press the button, but because I think also the chase of money, not the chase of money,
the journey,
but the chase of, I don't even want to say success, but it's almost like growth. Like the chase of getting better at something or building something and taking something from your mind and creating it in reality and laying down all the bricks and the pieces of the puzzle and the steps that it takes to get there. It's cool to be able to sit there. Let's just say like my shop or that's like one of the things I've created with the help of people, but it was nothing at one point, and then it was an idea, and then it was, okay, how do you bring this idea into real life? And then you just start hacking away at it, and now it's something. And now it's growing into something else. You know what I mean? And then, like, that is cool. I wouldn't like that if, I probably wouldn't appreciate my shop as much if someone gave it to me.
Right. Is it even yours? Is there a piece of you? Is there your blood, sweat, and tears in that?
Right.
I know what you mean.
I definitely wouldn't.
I know what you mean. I think
I wouldn't. There would be nothing to be proud of.
Nothing worth having comes easy.
True.
I don't know. I do believe that. Now, this kind of interesting segue for my last and final bullet point. And I actually this week I do have bullet points written down. It's not just pictures of dicks.
Let me see.
I'll show you. All right. I'll hold it up.
Okay. I don't want to look. I
For
just
the
want to make sure
camera.
it was words.
So, the movie The Butterfly Effect. We were talking about this in the shop the other day, and nobody's seen it because it's older.
I like that movie.
It's got Ashton Kutcher in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, ass, tongue, Kutcher.
Cooch.
Yeah, Goocher. Yeah. So, in that movie, basically, he could just think his way into these different versions of reality. Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was cool, right? So, recently I heard this guy on a podcast. I fall asleep listening to podcasts, so I'm always like checking out different things. This guy was talking about something called sleep programming. And basically what he was saying was like, you ever go to sleep and you know you got to wake up early the next day.
This happened to me
Wait,
today.
let me finish it because maybe it did. And, you set your alarm for 8 o'clock. You say, and as you fall asleep, you're like, all right, I got to wake up at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So you set your alarm, you fall asleep, and you wait for the alarm. You wake up, and 5 minutes later, your alarm goes off.
This happened to me today.
So what he's saying is something inside of you is paying attention while you're sleeping. Like,
it's weird.
To the sounds around you. Maybe it's just somehow subliminally
light, how much light is in the room.
You know that it's about time to get up. And then your alarm goes off after.
Your biological clock.
Yeah, but it's easy to write that up, but let's think about what the fuck it really is. Because, there's some shit going on in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it could just be the intention that you set before you went to sleep. But all the like I don't know if you know who Neville Goddard is. He wrote a book called The Law and the Promise. Definitely
You've told me about
Okay,
him
so
and
this
that.
fucking guy, his whole thing was he would tell you before you go to sleep every night. Well, he would be like, all right. He didn't charge for his seminars. This is like in the early 1900s. People would just come to his little things, right? And he would talk about. He just wanted to help people. He didn't want money. So he would talk about you were not to climb a ladder. Like you would leave his seminar and he would say, I don't want anyone here to climb a ladder. But if you follow exactly what I say and end up climbing a ladder, you come back next week. And he would say, here's exactly what you got to do. You are not to climb a ladder no matter what. So we'll start with that. And then he would say, every day, I want you to write down a little note, put it in your wallet that says, I will not climb a ladder. On your mirror in your bathroom, write notes saying, I will not climb a ladder. When you first wake up in the morning, say it to yourself 10 times, I'm not climbing a ladder today. You know, just repeat it. All day long, you see a ladder, you say to yourself, I'm not climbing it. So it's your mantra, right? But at night, when you fall asleep, every night, you close your eyes and you imagine your hands and your legs on a ladder. What's it feel like as you lift your weight up and climb that ladder?
Mm-hmm.
You would imagine it, and you would feel it, and you'd put yourself there on that ladder, and you would climb the ladder up and down until you fell asleep every night. But you're not climbing a ladder. And one of these guys that was, telling him, because Neville Goddard's dead, so this guy who was in his seminar was talking about this story, and he went home, and he did everything he said to the T. He said, I'm not climbing a ladder no matter what. So he was, doing his normal daily shit, and he knew he wasn't going to climb a ladder. And he was like walking home from work one day, and he went to his parents' house to say hi. I forget why. And he's walking up. His dad's like painting something on the house, and he's like, I'm not climbing that ladder because there's a ladder. And goes in and sees his mom, whatever. Comes out, and as he's leaving, saying bye to his dad, he's like, hey, son, real quick, hand me that can of paint. Grabs paint, halfway up the ladder. He's like, fuck. I climbed the ladder. So he went back to the seminar. And basically, it's all about, programming your subconscious. Because once you do that, you shift realities like the butterfly effect, where you put yourself into this trajectory that you can have whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Now, you talked about there's like this thing called the law of small accomplishments. If you make one towards your goal every day consistently,
You're gonna
big
get there.
progress happens in small increments.
Mm-hmm.
The best way to eat an elephant, one bite at a time, right? There's all these cool little sayings that are easy to just write them up, but they're true, right? And I was thinking about the butterfly effect and this sleep programming shit, and how when we were in the car that one day, not too long ago, we were talking about how if I did something crazy right now,
Yeah.
if I make a different
were we
decision,
going?
right, an unpredictable decision right now, if I just unplug this microphone, my entire rest of my life is different than what I can predict.
Right.
Because I did something so out of the ordinary, it throws your life and your trajectory into a completely different direction, right? So, like, the universe really does greatly favor those who take great risk. You throw yourself at your goal, like, with no concern or no regard for how it's going to turn out. You're just throwing 100% of your effort at your goal. The universe likes to reward that. Like, you manifest, you bring forth what it is you're trying to have. And,
Yeah.
I was thinking, because is it possible to butterfly affect our shit? Can you do that? That same, like, those, we know that's to be true. We've both done this in different ways. And it's gradual and it's slow, and you get what you're trying to get. Like, you did it with your shop. You were talking about that earlier. Is it possible? And I believe it is, but I just don't know how. To do it in such a rapid way that you wake up tomorrow in a completely different reality. Like, is it possible?
See that? I think that's like deep meditation type. Like,
Can you shift, like, you close your eyes
part?
in one reality and wake up in another?
If that's the case, I don't want to do that.
I don't think I'd want to either.
Because I want to wake up and my children are still sleeping in their room.
I think you're right, though. We need to have, like, every step that's in between right now and that new reality, you have to take all those little steps. You can't
Yeah.
just fucking leap across a bridge. You have to
it's
drive
like,
across
for
the
me,
bridge.
it's like the way I look at it is like, say you're in a video game. Back to the video game.
Yeah.
As you're walking around in Grand Theft Auto, you can't see the whole map, and let's just pretend it's not predetermined.
It renders
but
in front
as
of you.
it is building in front of you,
Yeah.
or it's like unfolding in front of you as you
Yeah.
go. So I don't think there's any predetermined destiny.
But
for
as
me,
far as you can see,
I don't think I
is-
have 100,000 heartbeats or what, a
Yeah.
million heartbeats to my life, but there's choices I can make that give me less and that give me
Yeah.
more. And I also think that like the ladder thing. I was told. Well, I read a book that the only book I've ever fucking read other than the first 3 Harry Potters was when you're saying that to yourself, I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. I will not climb a ladder. The universe doesn't understand the negative and the positive. The action that you're focusing on is climbing a ladder in some form, whether you're not climbing it, whether you're climbing it, whether you climb it
you're
fucking
bringing
upside
forth
down.
the content you're thinking about.
You're thinking and bringing into this world, I believe, a ladder.
I do think, but I think the thing he was trying to illustrate was there's a lot more manifesting power in that visualization of the action and the feeling, the
Sure,
ladder,
yeah.
than in the statement that you make.
Right.
Right. Like there's a statement can be empty.
But
right.
they
How many
both
times a day?
They both lead to climbing a fucking ladder.
Sure. I do think you're right. I don't know how much, like, how many things
When
do you
people say I'm not gonna smoke, I'm not gonna smoke, I'm not gonna smoke, they smoke a fucking cigarette. When or it's not like I'm not gonna quit drugs. It's I'm gonna get clean.
There's been times.
That's the how you have to talk to yourself.
You're right, and I'm not going to argue that because you are right. But there's been a lot of times where I've said things that didn't work with, where I was like, I hope my client don't show up today because I want a day off. And by that logic, they would still show up.
You say I hope they cancel.
No, I mean.
That's what you got to do.
Well, no, I've
Ask
said that, and they've
Skylar
not shown up. Kev, I've manifested them to not show up just by being like, I don't think they're coming. And it,
well,
and
that's
they don't.
okay.
But I'm just saying, I don't know that it's the language as much as can you put yourself in that headspace and really feel those feelings?
Right.
I think the
I'm
language,
sure nobody
the
has
language
it fully
helps.
figured out.
No, the language helps with it though.
Yeah.
It helps you, like your subconscious program, and be put there.
I think it just focuses it a little more for you.
But if you can mentally feel like you're where you want to be, for real,
Dude, I'm all in on that.
I think it's like a magnet.
I've seen it.
I do believe it.
Works
I've done
for
it
me.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely.
like, whether I'm lying to myself and it just a bunch of coincidences in a row, or whatever, I truly believe that. And
it's doing it whether you want it to or not. Though there's how many things you bring into yourself that you don't realize you're bringing. You know.
how many times I can ask Skylar, and this is something we talk about, where I say, I'll double book somebody or something. I'll be like, fuck, I hope this dude don't come in.
Yeah.
Or I need this. I'll just be like, I need this day open because I want to go do something. Dude cancels that day. Not any other day. That day. It happens every time I need something like that to happen.
Yeah.
And but it also happens like in good ways. I haven't written a check from $1 million and visualized it yet. But I bet if I fucking did, there'd be something I create that I sell for $1 million fucking bucks. Yeah, see?
Yeah, I just showed Kev my background, and it's a screenshot of my bank account, and I edited in a number I want.
That's a good number. Even if you get halfway there, you're all right.
I'll have that number.
Yeah.
Been working on that for a long time, actually. But it doesn't matter because you can't tell your experience how to play out. You just set that goal and let how it happens happen.
It was cool though when we were going to that pizza place, or I think we just left the pizza place.
What was it called? Barrels? I forget what the fuck that place was
I
called.
don't know. The place in was it Margate?
Yeah, they weren't too punctual about bringing the food, but the food was solid.
Yeah, it was good. But like, there's a million, like, the multiple dimensions or multiple like realities.
Yeah.
I think it's more like, I don't know at all, but just options. Like, roads you could take because you're driving your car, and we were like, oh, if I just fucking did a U-turn.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a
that
crazy
would-
choice. You're not
I'd
going to
have
make it.
a life that
Came from that U-turn.
right,
Yeah.
or I go left
But
or
this
right
is
or
why I
straight.
think the sporadic decisions that you throw yourself without caution at something you want to try. Right? Like if tomorrow you went to work and threw yourself at a color portrait, your entire career could be different, right? Like it's just,
and I think knowing it is super cool.
yeah.
And because then you get to realize it as it's happening. Then you're like, I'm gonna do this a little more often, and then you know, and it really does happen that way.
It makes me less afraid of
Almost
change
everybody-
and more excited.
Almost everybody that's successful,
Yeah.
ask them why. Obviously, they come up with an idea and they go do it, but there's a lot of people that, for me, even with like opening the shop, like there was things that just lined up too perfect.
Yeah.
Even COVID.
Yeah.
As fucked up of a situation as that was for the world,
Mm-hmm.
that was perfect for what I needed to do because the shop I was at, the dude wasn't paying the rent. Then the bank took the shop. My boss wasn't paying rent to the landlord. The landlord wasn't paying the mortgage to the bank, so the bank shut that down. So we're gonna have to tell this guy like, hey, we're leaving, but
You didn't have to.
we didn't have to do that. And then COVID shut the world down, so that gave us the time to build the shop.
Yeah.
It was so fucking weird.
Yeah.
It was so weird. And then COVID lifted the ban, or
When you were
the
ready to
government
open,
lifted
yeah.
the ban on like all that a week before we fucking opened. It's like a week or 2 weeks before
Yeah.
we had our last piece of paperwork or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally
Perfect
to like the
timing.
fucking
Yeah.
to the T.
Mm-hmm. No, that's cool. It's cool to watch it happen, and you can see it in hindsight and be like, holy shit. And there's like this little sprinkle of magic, like actual magic in that shit.
Yeah.
And
It's like mystery. Just,
sometimes I be forgetting that I have the ability, and we all have the ability to just tap in and literally have the reality you want. Just
the first thing that ever
Speak
introduced
it.
me to that was that book, The Secret.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And it just, even if it was all bullshit, which I don't think, even if so, it opened my mind enough to, it like was like an explosion. Because then I'm like, anything's possible. And then you drop the chains that you keep around yourself. And my stepdad always told me, don't let nobody don't tell yourself no.
Yeah.
Don't say you can't do it. Let the world, like,
Let your experience show you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which really is
But-
just do it until
But
you
there
get
is
it
no
right.
can't do it.
No,
It's
just
did
do
you
it.
quit or did you keep going
Right.
until you got it?
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And I think it's interesting how when I put the dick version of myself away, we have a serious conversation. I like that. I
That
want
was
to
a
tap
cool
into,
conversation.
Yeah, I want to tap into the open dialogue version of me.
The open ass version.
Remember we packed Tom's ass full of joy last week?
Yeah.
He was so full.
Man drew fate.
Man, you fate. I think he had a good time. He kept on being like, I felt like I was messing up you guys' rhythm. I'm like, no, you didn't. It was
Bro,
I
we
had
don't have it. We
literally.
create
Yo,
the
wait.
rhythm.
Today, Alec called me and he's like, yo, I don't know what it was. He's like, I don't even think it was the content, just the way that the flow was, the way you guys were doing. He's like, that episode you had with your brother Tom, best episode yet.
Oh, really?
Alex said that. Yeah, he's like, it was.
He always hits
said-
me up on the side.
And I was like, how do you mean? Like, what is it? He's like, I can't tell you. I don't know. He's like, but I'll tell you this. I got to the end sounds, the end credits. He's like, I usually do like 20-minute clips here and there. He's like,
Yeah.
I watched this thing through the whole time and was
That's dope.
interested and like, it held his attention. So that's cool.
That is dope. He always hits me up on the side. Like,
Yeah.
he's like breadstick legs. Or
Yeah, he
baguette.
did say, wait, he did want me to call Mark a cuck again. So Mark, if you're here, which he's not.
He's not, but he's definitely a cuck
You're a
wherever
cuck,
he
Mark.
is.
Shout out Mark the cuck. Love you,
With
buddy.
a K. Mark the cuck
Mark
with a K.
Cuck with a fucking crusty eye. Cucky Mark. But I think that's
Don't
it,
forget to
Kev.
subscribe.
Yeah. Oh, we need 1,000 subs. So yeah.
Subscribe, like, comment, share.
Yeah.
As corny as that is, and I don't really like
no, but
hearing
it's
myself
true.
say that. But
we
you gotta,
appreciate. No, and we're very grateful for you guys' support. Anyone
Absolutely.
that's watching, throw a
Absolutely.
comment on the video if you're watching the
Yeah.
video because I just figured out
fuck
how
this
to answer back.
algorithm in the ass.
I think it's cool that we got this small little core group of people that are fucking with it every week.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that because like we're just bullshitting. So the fact that people want to hear that or enjoy hearing that, I think that's humbling and really cool. And I guess we're just gonna keep doing it. And I'm sorry I got funny. I'm sucking the life and the fun out of everything. So
Stop. You're not.
I know I'm a little bit being hard on myself, but Friday Mercury stuff.
Hard on
I got a little hard on for myself.
for yourself.
But on Friday, Mercury will stop being retrograde,
Thank God.
which I think is going to
that bitch
correct
has
everything.
been bossing.
Bro, busting. And there was like 6 or 7 planets all fucking us up the ass retrograde style. So hopefully they all straighten things out.
Yeah.
Get things back to normal.
Loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
On life.
Wiggle back into your seat a little bit. All right, I guess that's it. Cut for sound, Kev.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
Getting dicks, right? Getting dicks, right? Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick on the block is mine. Every dick, block. Every dick, block. The block 6, right? The block 6, right?